Hey, what's up, y'all? I finally got my girl Erin Darling in the building for the next episode of Love Notes. You don't want to miss this. All those ladies that love a brother with a beard, you want to check this one out. There are some secrets you need to know.
We the love, them love notes. She's a nurse, and she slang them jokes, Save your life with the right advice, medicine and some laughter every night.
But it's crazy. People always want hookups. My mama called me at work today and was like, you think you could bring home a couple cases of flu shots for your sister baby shower? We just gonna set a table up and you could just do your thing. You want me to administer flu shots at the baby shower? Well, you could put them in the gift bags if you don't want to get a shot.
What's up, boo?
Hey.
I'm so happy you're here.
I am too. I'm so excited. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. It's been forever.
It really, truly
It's been
has.
forever, but I'm happy to see your face.
I know. We've been playing phone tag for 3 months. It's a shame.
Life. It's life. I don't take it personal.
Okay.
I know how life be. I know.
That's real.
But we met. I was thinking about we met. I don't know if I sent you the picture, but I remember we met in Seattle.
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever met you
Yeah.
in life. And we were standing in line for NBC Stand Up for Diversity. We were like, yo, pick me. They did not pick me.
Nor did they pick me.
But it was great because I can't remember if you were holding our spot in line or vice versa.
We were trading.
We were trading
to go
spots.
pee
Yep.
or to get coffee and stuff like that. Yeah, that line was insane. And it was just like, you just had to be out there.
Yep. I think we got there the night before or very early.
I remember getting there I remember waking up at 5 or something or 6 and going because we both flew from LA.
Yep.
It's like an investment. So you don't want to go all the way to Seattle
And not be able to be seen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we did it.
It was, I think there was a picture of me, you, and Sterling Scott.
Yes.
And we all met at Stand Up for Diversity,
Yeah.
NBC in Seattle.
Waiting in that damn line.
And look at us now.
Look at us now. Still friends.
We've been friends. I don't even know what happened, but it evolved. We hung out. We did shows.
We did a movie together.
Oh, yeah. Why? How come I can't remember Damn.
That whole thing does seem like a blur, though. That movie was a blur.
I know.
Yeah.
We did do a movie together. And did you recommend me for the movie? No?
I don't think
Peter
so.
saw me on stage.
Yeah, Peter saw you, and he has a good eye for talent, really. Peter Haraguchi, who was the director of this film, put a lot of comedians in this horror film. And were you and I the only stand-ups besides Eric Myers?
I believe so. No,
Yeah.
I think, what was his name?
Jay Davis, obviously.
Jay Davis, and then somebody
Brian
else.
Swinehart was in it.
John, no.
Oh yeah, Johnny
Johnny
Curtis.
was a
that's right, stand-up
is
as
a
well.
is a stand-up
Yes.
too. Shout out to Peter, who put me in a movie called The Tarot. Me and Erin.
I think it's coming out this year.
I don't know when it's coming out, but I was in a movie, and me and Erin were in the movie together.
We were.
And we were both like, yo, is this happening? Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to get my Oscar nomination from the movie, but, I was in a movie.
I would say you're pretty charismatic in this movie, and I feel like you're very natural, and you just have, I don't know, you just have something about you that's you're just so, it never seemed like you were acting.
I wasn't, because I don't like acting. I was myself the whole time. I was like, so pass me the butter.
Which is what made it great.
I was like, yo, this is crazy. But so yeah, we did a movie, and then we hung out with our dogs. We talk about men, celebrate birthdays, all of the things. We also try to work together. We created a pitch for a podcast.
Did.
Girl, but you be working. You work.
I'm trying. I'm trying to work.
Yes.
Working my butt off, but yeah.
I'm trying to see how long. I don't know how long ago that we met, but I know that you do stand up, and then I know you brought instrument into your stand up, musical stand up.
Yeah.
Would it be called that? You and your I don't know who, the hat show. Do you remember that?
Yes.
What was the name of that?
Hey Hipster, Can I Wear your hat?
Yes.
The song.
You performed that
Yeah.
at UCB on my show.
Yes.
And you did a parody for Beyonce. What was that?
Oh my God, Pilling Myself.
Yes. And that's when I fell in love with you. I didn't even know you like that. I was like, I like her. She cool. And then we worked with, I can't remember the name of it, 24 Hours to Live. Or
Oh yeah, that's right.
on Funny or Die.
Yeah, we did a Funny or Die sketch.
Girl, we've been in each other's lives too long.
You know, we really have. I'm like now remembering all this stuff. It's like, yeah, wow. It's been like a decade.
Yes.
Probably. 9 years.
And I told you got fans. I had people like, ooh, who's that girl? Who was she? Ah.
Well, now they get to, hear us together on this podcast.
And I did your podcast.
You did.
It wasn't Hot Piece of Ass. It was another one.
V-carded.
V-carded. Oh my God. So if y'all want to know how I lost my virginity, did I talk about that? I did.
Yes,
You can hear it on Erin's podcast called V-carded.
I wonder if that's still up. I did that podcast with the studio, and it was their idea. It was a producer's idea, and they basically brought me on as talent.
Okay.
So it's one of those things that I don't think people knew that because everyone always assumes that you're doing your own podcast independently. A lot of artists are, but I wasn't. And so I don't know. I never had ownership of it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's up. That was kind of an interesting experience working like that.
I loved it. I felt like you made me talk about things I didn't want to talk about.
I don't know. Now I feel bad.
No, I was like, she pulled it out of me, and it was like, so tell me about your very first time. It was crazy. And if it's not up, guess what? Y'all never hear it because I ain't saying it again.
It was a one and done.
I was like, yo, it's good. But I wanted to check in with you to see, I know that we have, I known you all this time, how life is. With friendships, it's a bookmark. It's kind of like, I don't see you for a while and then be like, what you been up to? Tell me quickly about your comedy journey, and then what are you working on now?
Sure. Well, I actually started out in hosting. So I started out with a broadcast journalism degree, kind of doing more on-camera interviewing and things like that, and red carpets and press junkets, working for a bunch of different people all over town. And then I kind of got into stand-up accidentally because I was producing video content that had me writing jokes.
Okay.
I didn't really know how to, so I got into a joke writing class that was kind of a stand-up showcase. And then
Which one?
It was, I forget what it was called. I don't think it's still in existence anymore. But yeah, it wasn't that great of a class. And I don't think there's anyone that still does stand up from that class, but the guy that hosted our showcase did the year before me, and that was Dean Del Rey.
Okay.
So, he still does stand up, and that's great. So I guess some people come out of these classes that keep doing it. Did you do a class to get started?
I did.
Which one did you do?
David A. Arnold's Art of Stand-Up Comedy.
Oh, okay.
David. Yeah.
Yeah. So was that a good experience for you?
It was amazing. It was beyond you can't even explain the benefits from it.
Right. And that's coming from a person that's a comic.
Right.
And my class wasn't the case. It was from someone that owned a comedy club or something. That's the difference. Someone that's done it that can actually be helpful.
That do make sense.
Yeah.
So you did the class.
I did the class. After that, I started getting booked around town and just doing a bunch of bringer shows and bar shows, all the bad shows in LA. And then I kind of built up from there and networked and hustled and kept doing comedy, which kind of led to other cool things like writing opportunities or hosting a podcast or things like that. So it's been kind of a cool journey. I guess I'm about a decade in at this point. So maybe a little bit longer than that. It's kind of hard to believe, but yeah, that's kind of how I got started. And it just kind of one of those, it's brought a lot to my life. I will say that. It's just one aspect of the things that I do, but I think it's been one of the most rewarding.
You did the movie with Peter, but then there's another movie I saw that you did. I thought it was very funny. It was a border, going across the border.
Oh, Border Patrol. Oh my God. Yeah, that was awesome too. That was a fun friend collaboration.
Okay.
It was on the film festival circuit. It's just a bunch of people that I knew that were writers and directors and things like that. And it just kind of literally came together one night. We were at a bar. I was at the Surly Goat in West Hollywood.
Okay.
And I was talking to Ernie Bustamante, who's kind of I would say he's kind of the impetus of the whole project. But we were talking, we're dude, wouldn't it be so funny if me and Carlos Santos were like Border Patrol agents, because like I'm Mexican American, but I look very, very white, you know? So we're like, wouldn't that be funny if there was like this like girl who was just struggling with her identity being mixed and like was just became a Border Patrol agent to like go hard in and be like, so we created this character, this crazy character named Azul. And that was kind of how we started this whole journey and kind of made a buddy cop comedy out of it. And that was really fun. It did well. I'm so happy that people liked it. And I think I got like nominated for an award, like a film festival, like Best Actress award. And when I saw that, I was like, no, like for this?
What film festival?
I think it was Portland Portland Comedy Film Festival, something like that.
Okay.
I remember seeing it and being just like completely like in shock, and I was like, "Oh man, am I a good actress?"
Erin, shut up! You know you be out here working. You know you stay working. And always booked. And I was so proud of you, and I was so happy to see that you even started. Did you make your director debut?
Yes, I was able to direct 2 stand-up comedy specials. Yeah, last year. That was really amazing. And so it was really cool to be able to do that, because I think through that process, like I really do like working with comics and like helping them refine their vision and like thinking about how you film like a live performance, and like how do you capture like what they're trying to do and what they want to say in like this period of time in your life. And like it's just so special, because as comics, like we're always performing, but we're not necessarily always like, you know, have the opportunity to put something out like a special that's going to be out there forever. So it's really cool when someone trusts you on that level, where you're like, yeah, of course I want to like get in there with you and figure this out. So that was a cool surprise too. I wasn't expecting to go into directing.
So I know one special was Ben Gonzalez. What was the second special?
I directed Carlos Mencia's special.
Okay.
That I think is going to come out pretty soon. Okay. So hopefully I'll have a little more info on that. But that was cool too. Yeah.
So when you gonna direct? Can you direct my special?
Yes.
Okay. You said okay. I do need to work on a special. What about you? Like, what do you want to do with your comedy career?
That's such a great question. I mean, I love writing.
Yes.
Like, I love writing. I've been writing all the time. I'm trying to write more and more. I just want to write and sell a show. I'm pitching an unscripted show right now too, which is awesome. That's like a whole different type of muscle.
That's probably gonna be good, because you know, with like the writer's strike and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how it all materializes. And yeah, like I would love to act in stuff that I write. I'm just trying to move into that direction, I think. But we'll see how it all goes.
Okay.
Yeah. Just staying optimistic and trying to stay busy. That's about it.
Do you have an ultimate goal? Like, what would be like the one thing you want to do that once it happens, you're just gonna be like, yes, I did it, or I made it?
I mean, I would love to like sell a TV show that gets made, that I want to win an Emmy for it, you know, like I think that would be the moment, like winning an Emmy for something that I wrote and created. Yeah. That would be incredible. Also same thing with film. Like I would love to be able to write a script and like see it actually get made on some level. Yeah. Like, these are all hard things to do, because there's some red tape involved anytime you want to get something made or get funding for a project. But at the same time, like, we have to remember that people do this all the time. Like our friends, our creatives, like our network, like a lot of them are doing this. And so there's a way to do whatever you want to do. And so I just try to figure that out and like remember that that's part of the process. Like the creation of the art is one part, but then it's like that business end that's kind of a little bit more difficult to figure out, in my opinion. But like, I think that's the next thing. My next like mountain to conquer is that. Yeah.
Because you be handling business. I came to the set and it was amazing, the set at West Side for Ben's show. And then it was just like the way you were moving, and like, because I didn't make it to this taping, but the way you was like a boss, and I don't want to call you a boss bitch, but a boss babe, is that better? You was like a boss. You was like, yo, I'm handling everything. And you were just like, you did it.
Yeah. I mean, that whole day was just, I wish that we had a little more time. You know, every time you finish a project like that, it's like you look back and you're like, oh, there's a couple of things that like, I wish we had a little more time, or I would have tweaked a little bit differently, or I would have thought about that. And yeah, like having that project like done and like learning how to direct, and then also when it was just like curtain call, like when you're done that day, it was just like, whoa, this whole like adrenaline release, you know, of like, I can't believe that actually, like, oh my God, we did that. Because Ben and I had been working on it, and our producer, Edwin Lacona, we'd been like working hard on that for months, and even that was short period of time, like from the time that we booked the venue and like knew that it was going to happen on this date, it was like, you know, maybe 4 months. So it was like 4 months of grinding and just like thinking about it every day, trying to conceptualize how this is going to work out, hiring people, figuring out exactly like what it wanted to look like, getting a stylist, like all those little things that you do. And then actually when it gets completed, it's like, oh, whoa, did that just happen?
I think more like you did that. Pat on the back.
Thank you.
For real. Because I know you were like, we've been playing phone tag, but I think we went to coffee or something, and then you were on the phone. You were just like making all the moves. I was just like, look at her go. And I can't wait to see the specials when they come out.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Thank you.
You know, so my background's nursing. So I always like to ask my guests if they have any crazy medical stories or any unexpected trips to the emergency room.
Yes. No, I was thinking about this and I was like, oh, I have a good story that I can tell you. It's really not that much of the story, but I want people to know that this can happen.
Okay.
So a couple of weeks ago, I was hanging out with this dude and...
Okay, I remember that. I forgot, like, when I'm with Erin, everybody be like, who is she? People be in my DMs, and I post pictures, they be like, who is she?
What?
Well, I'm telling you, you got a fan. You got a fan base. For real.
Okay.
So, okay, you was hanging with a dude.
I was hanging with this dude. And it was, I think, like the second time that we had hung out. And so we're on his couch. And we go have this like fun little day date, walking on the beach, doing all this stuff. We come back to his place, we're on the couch, and we start making out. And we probably make out for like, I'm not joking, probably 2 hours. Like, it was insane. I don't think I've ever made out with someone like that, like as much since I was like in middle school or something, or like freshman year. It's ridiculous. So when we're done making out, or maybe at some point when we're pausing, I noticed I feel something on my chin, and I'm like, it feels kind of wet. I'm like, I wonder what this is. It was like, maybe it's like just slobber. I don't know, from like making out. But I go home, and the next day I wake up and it's all like red and crusty, and I basically have a scab on my chin.
From his slob?
No, it's called BeardBurn. Have you heard of this?
Shit. So it was called BeardBurn. What is that?
Yeah, so immediately I started looking this up on Google. I was like, what is this? And so BeardBurn is something that can happen to you if you make out with someone that either has a beard or like some sort of stubble from shaving. And basically it just takes off like a layer of your skin. Yeah, it's gross. But in my experience, it was tame, because basically what you do is you order like a lotion, like a sensitive skin lotion, or like you can do like Aquaphor or something to like help it repair back up, like build that skin barrier. But upon doing research, you can get infected.
That's what I was scared about.
Yep. People can get, like, you might have to go on antibiotics, like you might have to go on like a topical steroid. I was like reading all this stuff on like all of those online websites that you probably shouldn't look at unless you go to an actual doctor. But yeah, like it can actually have like bad repercussions.
So, but it has nothing to do with the care or the maintenance of the beard.
It can.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, it can be bacteria or food related if you make out with someone that has like a gross beard.
That's what I want to know. Like, what was he doing with his beard before he kissed you?
I know, right? Well, his beard, he actually didn't have a beard. It was just stubble. He shaved, and I guess he didn't shave that day. So it just like really irritated my skin. But yeah, like you can get it from a beard, and you can also get it in your coochie.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah,
I'm done with that. Because everybody like, I need a man with a beard. Oh, beards are sexy, but if it's gonna mess me up and give me an infection, I'm good.
No, right? Yeah, so it's basically just happens from a lot of friction, and I had no clue because I normally don't make out with people for 2 hours like a maniac.
2 hours is a long time. That's like back in high school.
I know, it was way too long, and at some point I was like, this is so strange. I was like, should we just like hook up? Like, we're grown ups. I guess we could.
You was just like, like, he was probably like, look, how long is it gonna take for me to get the goods?
I asked him like later on, I was like, hey, how come you didn't like take my clothes off? And he was like, I was trying to be respectful.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay, respect.
Okay.
I like that.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
So, BeardBurn, you recovered from it.
Yeah, I recovered. So after doing research, I found out that there's a cream that you can order. It's called Vanny cream, which weirdly enough, I actually, I had some in the past from when I got a tattoo. So it's like just a moisturizing, like oil-free, sensitive skin, no fragrance, like nothing in it at all. Just like a very, very simple, clean type of moisturizer. I made the dude send me some on Amazon. I like sent him a picture. I was like, dude, this happened to me. And I was like, I need you to send me a present.
Okay, at least you made him pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, look,
I sent him
me an infection.
the Amazon link immediately. I was like, please send this to me. And he did. And he also sent Ripken a present. Some little balls. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
that was
nice. That's how
very
you get
sweet.
That's how you get it. That's how you get us. Like,
Yeah.
do something for our dog.
Do something nice for the dog. Yeah. So it recovered, but it took like a week. I'm not going to lie. And then you can't put makeup on because it's like a scab. It's almost like if you got like a chemical peel or something. So it's like, it was just out there and I kind of had to just write it out and have like a gross chin for a week.
That's crazy.
It was really gross.
I think it was probably the length of time that beard was pressed against. So next time, just give him some earlier. No, I'm just joking.
Next time, just hook up with them before you get a beard burn.
Look, you're going to mess my face up if you keep scratching against me.
I know, like I was actually talking to him and I was like, have you ever considered laser hair removal? And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you should get it on your chin because this is not okay.
I wonder if that's ever happened to anybody else. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I know.
But you didn't go to dermatology, did you?
No, I didn't because I could tell it wasn't infected. I could tell that it was just, it kind of looks like in my case, it just looked like, you know, if you're a kid and you like fell or scraped your knee or fell off your bike or something, it's just like that top layer of skin is like raw or it's like kind of scabbed over the next day.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looks like. So I could tell there wasn't anything like pussy or oozy goozy going on in there. So I just took care of it and washed it out every night. And I was like, I just need this to go away. I had a podcast appearance to do that following Saturday. So it was like Monday when I noticed it. And I was like, 5 days better be good enough for it to get rid of this. And then hopefully we're good. And it worked out. So I was all right.
No.
But now I'm paranoid because I can't now I'm thinking about it every time.
You just can't kiss people for hours.
Okay. Is that really what the problem is?
I think just imagine if something scrape against you one time, cool. 2 times, okay. 30 seconds. But then if you keep getting that like 2 hours, girl, is he the one?
He might be. I don't know.
Because if I'm kissing you for 2 hours, I mean, like, look.
Right. Like, isn't that like way more intimate? Like, I feel like I was thinking about this actually on the drive here. I was like, dude, I feel like if I hook up with someone, I can like ignore them for 3 weeks and just be like, whatever, I don't really care. But if I make out with someone for 2 hours, I feel like an emotional responsibility. Like, it's like, are we in love?
Yeah.
We're in a relationship now.
Yeah. 2 hours, we are in a relationship. Without relations.
Yeah.
That's how that go.
In a relationship without relations. We can only make out.
Look, 2 hours. I bet he was happy.
Yeah, he better have been.
So when y'all going out again?
Okay, yeah, we're actually, he's taking me on a trip this weekend. So.
Okay, cool. He was like, so maybe just give me a beard burn so you can take me on the trip. That's how they go.
Yeah, like maybe he feels bad. I don't know.
I'm not mad in any way.
Yeah.
Do you have any home remedies? Like things that you do for, I guess an example would be like for us, one of the home remedies that we have is if you get a cold sore, then you use earwax.
What? Mm-hmm. Like you go like
the earwax in your ear.
Does that really work?
Yeah.
Is it like it makes it faster?
Every time I feel like I'm getting a cold sore, which is not often, I just and I'm not putting out no like everybody do it, but that's just one thing. Like,
yeah. Oh, that's a good one. No, for me, I swear about oil of oregano. Yeah, are you on that train?
What is that?
Okay,
what's
so
that for?
It's disgusting. It literally smells and tastes like, it's like if cannabis acid was the thing. It burns, and you get it in a little tincture like from Whole Foods. But for some reason, every time I start to get sick or get a cold, I use a little bit of that in water, like a couple times a day. and it knocks it up right out. It's disgusting. It's horrifying.
Can you just take it like a shot instead of mixing it in water?
You definitely could, but it might be stronger.
Oh, okay.
It like has like, it really burns. It has this like deep, like, I don't know how to describe it other than like rancid cannabis oils kind of the deal. Yeah, it's strong.
I think I'm trying to see. A lot of people do castor oil. I like apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
If I'll just put that in stuff. Like if I feel sick, I'll put a couple drops. Not like maybe couple teaspoons up in like hot tea.
Okay.
And honey, and then like I feel like it works.
Did you ever do the celery juice thing?
But I heard it was good for hydration.
Yeah, so I did that like every day for a year over the pandemic.
Every day?
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna do celery juice. I'm gonna heal all my things because there's like a lot of people that believe in this.
Okay, did it heal?
No, it didn't. It was just a pain in the ass, and I had to clean my juicer every day. It was so annoying. You're supposed to do it on an empty stomach, so it was like the first thing I did. But I kind of like celery juice. Like I'm one of the weirdos that kind of enjoys it a little bit. It tastes like grass. Like it's pretty benign.
I like beets. I like beets. I love
too,
beets.
yeah.
Beets. Oh, beets are my thing. It tastes like dirt, which is, I hate to say it tastes like dirt, but it tastes like earth, which is like, and I love it. It's just like, I don't know if it's because I'm older now, but we didn't eat beets growing up.
Yeah. I rarely did too, but I like things that also taste like dirt. I like yerba mate.
I don't know what that is, but
It's dirt. You would like it.
Is it?
It's dirt that you drink.
I don't know.
It's a dirt drink.
I know I had a crazy experience with beets.
Okay.
So when I moved, because I'm from Chicago, I moved to LA as a travel nurse, and the nurses that I work with on the unit, like they all order food from this place. And I don't know, I can't remember how the symptoms started, but I started having symptoms of like blood in my urine.
Okay.
So I would go to the bathroom and it would be like pink tinged. And then it was kind of like, it looked like little blood specks coming out. Like, and I hate to say coming out, but like in the toilet. And just like, and so I did like the little dipstick, and I like checked, as a nurse, I had like access to that. I did a dipstick to see like what's going on with my urine.
Yeah.
And then I had, it showed like low grade blood, like little specks.
What?
And so I went to the emergency room. I think I went to my doctor, and I told them like I was having blood in my urine, and I didn't know what was going on. It just kept happening. And they did all the tests. They did like a bladder ultrasound. They did like a transurethral ultrasound where they like
what?
They put me to sleep and they went something through my bladder to see what was going on. I had really good insurance because they would not do that normally.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find anything. I did all the blood work. It was like I was like, test me for everything, because I was like, why am I having blood? I honestly thought that somebody had that. I thought it was like rough sex that caused me to have bleeding down there in the urine. And I was like, oh, boy must have did that. I was like, he must have knocked, he must have busted my bladder. Come to find out, girl, is we had Mediterranean food, right? And I had salad with beets. I had never eaten pickled beets before. And I think it was just one of those things where everybody eating it. So I'm like, I did it. And I'm from Chicago. We only eat like pizza and hot dogs, like we wasn't eating no Mediterranean food. And when I did 2 and 2, when I put 2 and 2 together and started doing more research, I found out, because it eventually went away, but after being in outpatient surgery and after going to the ER and cursing all the doctors out, saying something wrong with me, trying to get a blood workup for everything, I found out, I was just like, no one could find anything wrong. And then I put 2 and 2 together. It was the beets.
Wow.
It was the beets. And you would think they were like, what did you eat? But nobody asks, like, did you eat beets? I think that should be the question that
Number
they ask
one.
when you be like, I'm bleeding. I got blood in my urine. Did you eat beets?
Yeah.
But
did you eat beets? Are you on your period? Are you about to be on your period?
Yeah.
Okay. Then they can do the transurethral.
Yeah, they did all that. It was hell.
I cannot believe they did all of that.
They did, but I had really good insurance because I was a travel nurse.
Yeah.
I had like the top tier insurance. So I think when they saw that, they were like, all the specialists.
Let's charge them for everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't have no insurance, they probably would have been like, yeah, that's beets.
Oh my God.
So that's my beet story. I mean, from that, and now I love beets. So
yeah, I love beets too. Was the poo red too? From the
I don't think I noticed it if it was. I know I was so fixated on the urine was red.
Yeah.
Or like it was pink tinged or whatever. And I was like, this ain't never happened to me in my life. Ever. And I was just like, I was angry. I was in there like, something wrong with me, figure it out.
Yeah.
And then
how many beets were in the salad?
I don't know. But remember, my body was a virgin to beets, so it had never had any. And so when it came out, I think whatever I saw, I was like, yo, this is not good.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, so I still eat beets.
Good.
So I know that,
beets are good for
if
you.
it's red, it's good for circulation.
Yeah, don't they clean out your kidneys and stuff too? Yeah, maybe that's what was happening. Maybe
My
your
kidneys
were getting cleansed, and so
they was like, let's get this out. But it was the beets. That dude, I was like, I think you busted my bladder, and he was all happy and stuff, and I was like, but he wasn't helping.
He was happy.
He was happy, like, yeah, I did that. I busted, and I was just like, no.
You should send him an Amazon
link. It was the
something
beet
to send you.
It was girl, that was long. That was like 10 years ago. I know better now.
Pre-Amazon.
I'm trying to see what else is going on. Like comedy, you got these specials. You got you have two specials coming out. And what are you working on?
I'm doing, I don't know when this comes out, but I'm doing the Chicano Comedy Festival. I think it's next weekend. I think it's the weekend of St. Patrick's Day at the Avenue 26 Market in Los Angeles. That should be really fun. I'm doing 2 shows at the Nightcap, I think on St. Patrick's Day itself. And then I guess like the 18th, I'll be doing the Comedy Festival, which is awesome. And that's kind of it. Other than that, just kind of working on other stuff, trying to get things made.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't wait to see these specials. I can't wait to see what you got going on.
Yes.
Like I can't wait to see the fruit of your labor, because I know I've seen you do all the work. I've seen you do the videos, post Instagram. My favorite video is still the Beyonce Pilling Myself.
Yeah.
That's still my favorite video.
Thank you.
I was
Thank
like,
you.
it was kind of like a, what is it called? Not a spoof. Was it a spoof?
Yeah, it was a spoof.
Feeling Myself.
Yeah, Feeling Myself, but it was about being on your period. So you take pills. It was about popping pills, taking your Advil, your tampons. Like, yeah.
It was just fun. It felt like feminine.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I loved doing it. It was really silly how that all came to be, but I think it turned out really funny.
Well, hopefully our movie will be out soon.
I know. Then we can really promote something.
I don't know. It was like, when does our movie come? I forgot all about the movie, and then I was like, what? Erin, we've been through the trenches.
I know.
Hopefully we can work on something soon together.
I know. I would love that. I mean, it's such a pleasure to be here on your pod. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
It's like, I can't wait to be a part of it.
Where can people find you?
Okay. If you guys want to follow me, you can find me on Instagram at Darling. That's DAHHHHLING. You can find me. I mean, that's really the only one I use now. I don't use like any social media other than that. So.
Okay.
We the love, them love note. She's a nurse, and she slang them jokes, Save your life with the right advice, Medicine and some laughter every night.
But it's crazy.